respite.
Orchid Bloom, Coral
A
B.
brief respite.
11-12.
Today's banquet hosts honored talents invited by the Emperor. We must be very careful.
How are the preparations? Nothing out of order?
If any fruit or vegetable lacks freshness, return it to the kitchen for replacement.
Quickly now,
The
fresh
Baojin
tea
Tower
for
is a
our honored
majestic
guests.
sight.
Undeniable proof of the song's rising power. A noble ruler, and the flourishing of gifted minds.
Mozi once built a wooden kite, 3 years to make, and 1 day to fall. Now the kite I've made can not only soar for days, scouting the enemy day and night without rest, it can also harness the Firestone, whistle out commands, and lead the battle charge. But when has there ever been a kite that soars forever? Still, even if it does fall one day, what is more important is how high it once flew and how far. I have already reported once the guests are seated. This year, this is such a magnificence. If we don't enjoy the flowers...
What I heard is that military pay was hosting a banquet here.
Seeing through everything. You're not simple. The prefect under the guise... Indeed, it's to raise military... Now with the internal strife in Qing... By then, if we can use the...
What a brilliant move.
Both countries have now sent envoy pretending to tour. Is prefect... As for who is the invitation is here, once the guests are seated.
I heard that the Jinming Pool Navy has been...
Grandpa, shall we go up?
the archery.
This time, I will not fail my father's trust. Judging by your noble demeanor, you must be an envoy from another country. Am I right?
Good perception.
The governor is hosting a big...
Oh? I've long heard of the fine...
I
The Jinming Pool Navy is
Greetings.
Greetings, young hero. Young hero. What brings you?
The governor has prepared a banquet.
A banquet.
Good. Worthy of my son. Saham, what say you?
Sorry for the interruption.
No need for formalities.
Yes, once the guests are seated.
Thank you, young hero.
The Quintet warship. This ship stands firm in the center of the army, as solid as a fortress. It is also equipped with 6 sets of giant stone catapults, each with the force of 1,000 cannons. Smashing nearby boats, big and small, is effortless.
This massive warship is so huge, sailing from the north to the Shanghai region. If the waterline changes, how do we stabilize the center of gravity?
When sailing from the Bian River system into the Tianhuai region, the difference in water density causes uneven ship draft lines. Sui Dynasty Quintet relied on manual sand and stone ballasting for balance. But speed is crucial in war. Switch to water tank ballast, draw and discharge water locally, and adjust the waterline as easily as moving your arm. In this way, this ship can travel between the northern and southern waterways, as if entering an unguarded land.
Good. In the past, when the Sui dynasty conquered the Qin dynasty and unified the north and south, this ship was built to secure the Yangtze River. Lost to time, with the aid of the contraption techniques of the Moorgate, it has finally reappeared. Once the final batch of military pay arrives, the southern expedition can be launched within 10 days. Honored envoys, although Shu and Tong follow the calendar of our great Song, Song regards both countries as brotherly nations. You've always been diligent with the annual tribute of money and grain. Now, Bashu and Jiangnan are both along the...
Jiangnan has already exhausted its national resources, having paid tribute 3 times this year alone. Countless gold, silver, and silk fabrics. It's really...
Lord Zhao, the military funds required by the Great Song have been transported with the Shu Kingdom's fleet. It is currently stationed outside the Huilong post, ready for delivery at any moment. Only 2 requests for the Song dynasty to fulfill. First, once the Song occupies the Yangtze River, they must not advance westward first. Second, they must hand over the restoration diagram of the 5-toothed warship to the Shu Kingdom.
Okay. Please, esteemed envoy, after the banquet, enter Jinming Pool. Admire the great ship and hand over the diagram. Someone, draft the contract. Since the 2 countries have already made a treaty, General Rong, please hand over your talisman and lend it to the Shu envoy for a while.
The Baojin Tower is a majestic sight.
General, why do you look so worried?
Young hero. He fell ill a few days ago. I sent people multiple times afterward, but I couldn't get any news from him. Since you are a guest of honor.
Emerald
brief
Shrimp,
respite.
Orchid Loom, Coral
A
Beef,
brief respite.
11-12.
The diagram of the five... Bringing the diagram back...
Huh? How did this...
If it weren't for stealing... The diagram of the 5-2...
Today's banquet hosts, honored talents invited by the Emperor. We must be very careful.
How are the preparations? Nothing out of order?
If any fruit or vegetable lacks freshness, return it to the kitchen for replacement.
Quickly now, fresh tea for our honored guests.
The Baojin Tower is a majestic sight.
Undeniable proof of the song's rising power, a noble ruler, and the flourishing of gifted minds.
The diagram of the 5... Bringing the diagram back this time will not let down my father's decision.
Huh? How did the song state manage to build it first?
Oh, because of that brat. Back then, he gave up... If it weren't for stealing the diagram and fleeing
Damn
to
it.
Kaifeng... Before...
Lord Zhao, the diagram is the highest...
Right, important. If we don't send troops with you here today...
Speak. What do you want me to do?
Jinming Pool is currently in such a crucial military... As you intercept the theft of the diagram, not... I could also first...
Stealing from oneself.
If we can swiftly use...
Young hero. If Bashu also...
In that case, I'll make a trip.
Banquet is about to end. Jinming Pool is currently...
Behold the coincident warship.
Exactly. The towering ship has 5 decks, stands over 100 feet tall, and can accommodate 1,000 warriors. 6 giant hammer poles are set up around, hanging high on all sides. And the ship's hull is as majestic as a grand mansion. Once the giant hammer falls from above, the enemy ship will be shattered to pieces. Wang Zhen's tower ship sailed down to Yizhou and dimmed the royal Jinling. It's been 5 years since Emperor Shuzong commissioned this pond for naval training in Kaifeng.
Breathtaking indeed.
This unprecedented in scale. I've returned my talisman. I can't go further from here. It's all on you now, young wanderer. The envoy of Shu has arrived at the palace hall. The Navy is conducting drills, and this place is heavily guarded. When approaching the Quintident, do not alert the garrison troops.
So many guards. How can we get close to the envoy of Shu?
Naturally. We'll first survey the terrain, plan, and then act. A frontal attack is out of the question. The entire route is lined with officials and soldiers come to greet the later Shu envoy. An unwise charge will only alert the enemy. The water functions as a natural defense. Even the most excellent swimmer will not be able to swim that far. With this distance, even the best swimmer would be powerless. The flank is well guarded. They have even dispatched elite bugle soldiers. It would be unwise to attempt entry there. By then, the entire Jinming Pool will be on high alert, and the boarding passages will be sealed. However, I've already left something for you to step on, at the mast of the Haihu ship and at the eaves of the hull. With this, you can spring upward and reach higher ground. Proceeding across the eaves, you can approach the water in front of the square quietly. The willows by the water will be your best cover when it comes time to dive. There is no way for us to get to the banks with all of those soldiers and officials around. Perhaps you could hold your breath and enter the outlet from underwater. This way, you will be able to approach their handover points and secretly obtain what you need to know. Before boarding the Quintident warship, make sure not to alert the official troops.
After obtaining the five-tooth warship diagram, we can finalize the deal.
I still need to stay here to oversee military drills, so I can only accompany you this far for now. Please, esteemed envoy, take my military talisman and head to the dock to board the warship. General Murong has been waiting for a long time. The diagram is on the top floor of the ship. As you inspect the warship, you can take it back with you.
The authentic blueprint is on board. We will stick to the plan.
Your Highness.
Why do you talk so much?
Your Highness, I wanted to ask, why do we have to personally board the ship to retrieve the diagram of the great warship? Could there be any trickery here?
Even in war, envoys are not beheaded. That guy killed two birds with one stone. Firstly, by showing off the five-tooth warship to us. Secondly, by taking the opportunity to retrieve the talisman. It seems the Zhao family is about to kill the donkey after grinding the flour.
Enemy sighted! Enemy spotted! Enemy sighted! Enemy!
By order!
Spotted.
Verify the boarding talisman!
Excuse me? Enemy. How do I use this boarding talisman?
Sail to the military port on the opposite shore!
Enemy spotted! Enemy sighted! Enemy sighted! Enemy spotted!
Esteemed envoy, please board the ship and wait. Once the documents are exchanged, we will set off at once for the military port on the far bank and board the warship.
Stop!
Overconfident.
Who goes there?
You rebel!
Mercy! Mercy! Mercy!
Intruder! The envoy has been murdered! Pass the order! Everyone stay sharp! Close the warning gate! No one is allowed
Stop!
You rebel!
Tell me, is General... It can't be fake. Then why did she lock General... I'm...
Who goes there? Have mercy!
For the others, you'll have to ask around.
Dawn is coming, and they're about to awaken. You have to get out of here.
No honor is owed to the honorless. The world is fickle. Hearts change easily. Will you collect his corpse?
Looks like he's quite drunk. Better check ahead.
No, I don't have much time left. The person I've wronged the most in my life is you. If someone could restore the past, unlock the... If we could... Trusted your family to the sudden if it weren't up. But he broke his golden heart. People say he made ignorant of the fact. Hanging the portrait of the late Emperor high, refusing to serve the new dynasty, is nothing but a desire for Xiao Guanyin refused to pacify and quell the rebellion. The four sons of the military are now divided. It all started when he became the Emperor. The Yun regions remain.
Oil tanks with ignition triggers. Is it hard? If that ship blows, heaven help.
I didn't expect them to have actually snuck up.
The command room is ahead. Let's
How about we ask to remove?
He'll trust someone mad. The whole ship.
True.
This floor panel looks like it opens. Stop!
Die! For the realm!
Leave the quintident diagram. When Sui conquered Chen and unified the north, it was the quintident that secured the Yangtze. My goal in life has always been the pursuit of ingenuity and technical perfection. Born into chaos and eventually conquering the world. I should die without regret. But this path, the obsession is rooted too deep, and I find there's no turning back. remember the Maoist teaching of non-aggression? Wage no war on the innocent. Serve no lords unjust.
It's you! You tampered with the diagram. It's you who's trying to obstruct the Southern campaign!
What's done is done. No point in going on about it. Leave the quintident diagram. When Sui conquered Chen and unified the north, it was the quintident that secured the Yangtze. My goal in life has always been the pursuit of ingenuity and technical perfection. Born into chaos and eventually conquering the world. I should die without regret. But this path, the obsession is rooted too deep. And I find there's no turning back. Do you remember the Maoist teaching of non-aggression? Wage no war on the innocent. Serve no lords unjust.